So a very warm and pleasant welcome to all the learners from all around the world. A very warm welcome on the onboarding webinar for the Data Science Internship Fall 2022. So let me introduce myself. I am Shivam Singh Rathore, and I'm working as a data scientist at Hemor AI Labs, and I'm joining you guys from India. And I'm quite thrilled to have you join us in the session. Like the popular Chinese proverb says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So, and your being here, having gone through the application process, is evidence that you have built a career and you want to build a career in data science. And so that I say a heartily congratulations to you on your interns and all our interns who have decided to go far along with us in this journey. But before we are going to move forward, there are some rules, housekeeping rules that we need to focus on. So questions should be posted on the Slido, and you will be using the code 6217461. And let me repeat for you, the code for the event is 6217461. And feel free to post your questions or doubts if you have any. So let me first introduce you to the team. Before that, let me just tell you what is Hemor. Hemor is derived from a Yoruba word pronounced as Emoi, which means the wise one. So who we are basically a tech startup where all the college students and young professionals join, and we create them and we modify them so that they are ready for the job market, and so that they can also acquire the in-demand expertise and get the needed real world work experience. So let me just introduce you to the entire team. So basically, we are a versatile team. We consist of a team of data engineers, data scientists, and also some professionals are working around us. So we have Christians, and who is working as a professional in the background, maintaining all the internships. And here we have the front-end engineers in the form of Ridwan. We have got Ohakim, he's working as a data engineer in our team. And we have Sophia, she is working as a data engineer. We have Aniane, Basil, they both are working as a data engineers in our team. And we have got Daniel, he's also working as a data engineer of our team. And Arinze, and also Mercy, she's responsible for the outgoing of this entire internship process. And before going forward, I would like to call Arinze because he has been a part of our previous internships, and he has now been a part of the Hemor AI Labs. So Arinze, the floor is all yours.
Good afternoon, interns. Welcome to this onboarding section. My name is Arinze Ezirin. I work as a data engineer with Hemor AI Lab. My internship experience with Hemor provided me an opportunity to explore the field of data engineering, and I gained good knowledge of the field. The program was robust, well-planned and structured to impart on the interns. The study materials were simple to understand. We had numerous tag-along projects to launch us into working with real-life data and providing solutions to the myriad of problems faced by our world using different tools. The internship afforded me a real sense of teamwork and collaboration in projects ranging from premier projects to custom projects. Though not an easy journey working through all the stages of the internship, but with hard work, dedication, and resilience, one is sure of coming out successful. I encourage you to put in the very best effort during the internship. Time will come when it will get tough, but for sure, when it gets tough, the tough gets going. You don't give up, you remain focused because the goal and the end is worth it. I encourage you to put in your best as you learn during this period, and I wish you the best learning experience from Hemor. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Arinze, for the session. And after that, I would also like to share a previous intern. She was basically a part of the data engineer, data storytelling. And let us hear from her.
Hi, hello, my name is Chisom Promise. Thank you for having me. My journey through the Amoye internship has been nothing short of enlightening, amazing, interesting, insightful, and even mind blowing, I must say. Through the internship, I was able to learn a lot. I was able to gain a lot, right? I went to Hamoye and came out as a different person, totally. And even though there were hard times, yeah, there were hard times. There were times that things got difficult, but then I think that's what makes it more interesting, right? Because we're meant to do hard things. So the experience was humbling, and it helped shape my trajectory when it comes to my career in data science, right? I was able to get insights on the things I should do, like the right steps, the right graduate steps I should take for me to have a fulfilling career in data. Okay, so the part or the package that stood out for me throughout the internship was the captain project moment, right? So I'm someone who loves teamwork. So when it got to those moments, it was really an energizing one for me. So because in the capstone project, you get to collaborate with peers, right? You get to work with people from different backgrounds. I know that's the most interesting thing, because the best experience you can have is working with people who come from a different background from yours, right? You get to share an idea on how to work on an open source project that you were assigned to, right? So you get to share ideas from ideation even to the data analysis, wrangling, model building, and project presentation. It was really a fun experience for me. And adding to that, I was able to strengthen my leadership skills and team management skills, right? Because I got to lead my team in the grand finale project presentation, and we came out on top. Yeah, so we won the best team, and it was such a fun moment and an exciting moment for me. Yeah, so the another package, right, that stood out for me too was the moment where the best interns, the most outstanding interns in the different stages got recognized for their hard work. And I was recognized as the most outstanding intern during one of the stages, and it was encouraging for me, because one thing is working hard and one thing is being recognized and appreciated for your hard work. Okay, so rating Hamoye, I would give Hamoye 10/10. Nothing to remove from it, maybe more to add, because Hamoye really has affected and improved my life so much when it comes to my career in data science, right? So I got to learn a lot, and the things I didn't know before, I got to know them. My courage got strengthened. I was able to learn more how to face tasks on my own, how to figure things out, right? So it really changed my perspective, I must say, and I'm really glad for that. So if you are looking forward to come to Harmony to intern, I would encourage you to give it a shot. You won't regret it. It's a moment that is going to change your life forever. Okay, so to the next interns that are going to come in, or to the interns that are already having their moments of a lifetime at Hamoye, I would say that if you keep being persistent, if you keep being consistent in learning, if you keep collaborating with your peers, trust me, you're going to make it to the end of the internship. And apart from that, in the end, you're going to look back and appreciate how far you have come. It's going to be a moment of a lifetime, and you would so much appreciate it. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, she was Shaman Promise from our latest cohort, and she was basically a part of the data storytelling track. So, going back to our mission. So, our mission is to jumpstart desirable careers for millions of people all around the world and develop an army of problem solvers for the world. And as we are connecting from all around the globe, I would like to take this opportunity to again welcome you all on this onboarding webinar who have joined us late. So basically, we have to understand how it works. First of all, you have to complete all the modules, then undertake and complete all the in real world projects. And so what happens when you go through this entire stage, there are also side by side webinars and career coaching sessions. So it is recommended to take and attend all those career coaching webinars and sessions. So what happens at the same time, you are also building your network and get mentorship at the same time. So how this entire structure works. So as you guys know, this is a 4 months internship. This starts on 26th of October 2022 and will go back to 26th February 2023. So what are the key features? As there would be some courses that you would be dealing with, tag along projects, premier and capstone projects. There would be various presentations to enhance your presentation skills and also career coaching webinars. So as of now, like we are having 4 tracks: the data science, data engineering or machine learning operations, the DevOps, which is development operations, and data engineering track. So you might be wondering about like, oh, how do I decide the track? So don't worry about that. If you join from the initial, you would be evolving according to your interest and you can join it later. So regarding the data science track, there are courses such as Python for machine learning. As you guys must have known from somewhere or you should be having some sort of knowledge that if you want to go into the field of machine learning, Python is most important. So that is getting taken care of in this module. Then you would be studying about classification and regression problems in the form of the course, in the stage 2. Then you would be also studying about neural networks and deep learning and trend analysis, like in terms of the time series data. So in case of the data engineering or machine learning operations track, the Python remains constant, and ML regression, the machine learning operations and the Kubernetes and Kubeflow and micro-K8s. So these are basically some of the modules that you will be studying in data engineering. So you should have, suppose whenever you start a new thing, you try to skim through it. You try to skim through the entire content, what you will be going to study, so that you can develop some sort of interest. So in case of the DevOps, we would be also studying the Python for machine learning, introduction to DevOps, like what is development operations and why it is required. You would be studying CI/CD, which means continuous integration and continuous development, continuous, the Terraform and cloud fundamentals. So whenever you would be studying about, you must have heard about GCP, AWS, and Microsoft Azure. So all these cloud fundamentals would be taken care here. So in case of the data storytelling, which is like one of the interesting fields, I would say, Python for machine learning is constant. Analysis and visualization would be also there. You would be using the libraries such as matplotlib. And so you would try to visualize the data in that module, and data curation and wrangling, and Power BI, Tableau, and other different Python libraries. So it is all about, in this track, it is all about how you tell stories about the data to the end user, because whatever you do with data is like you are on the technical side, but you have to tell the story to the end user who is not so technical. So these are some of the relevant points that we have observed. Like we took a survey from all the applicants. So what we observed, like 82% said that they have experience in some sort of programming language, and around 25% said they have worked in some sort of open source projects. So these are some of the statistics. So how the entire process or timeline takes place, let me share with you. So first of all, you would have to submit an application that I think you all guys have must done the same. And the onboarding webinar, which is basically currently taking place, and you would be also joining the Slack communities during this onboarding webinar after that, and learning where you have to complete all your lessons and quizzes. And after that, there would be some real world projects that you have to complete and submit on time. So what is expected from you? That is most important, guys. I think all of you should listen to it very carefully. You should join all the study groups and complete all the courses in each stage. They would be like the entire curriculum is divided into certain stages. You have to complete all the stages, submit all the codes, tag along projects, and collaborate actively with the members of your project groups. So why it is important? The point we are trying to communicate over here is that if you are working in a team, you have to be collaborative in nature. So the work you are doing is not being duplicated. So participate in the premier and capstone projects, attend all the monthly or career coaching webinars, monthly, they are basically monthly or weekly basis, and score a minimum of cumulative score of average 60%, which is most important. You should all take care of the last point, maintaining an average of 60% to go ahead in the next stage. So courses and codes are to be completed independently. So what we encourage. So there can be some instances where you don't understand anything and you try to do what? You just try to copy it. So please don't do that. We would highly recommend you to complete those modules independently on your own, because that would be more helpful for you. So how does it work? How will you get certified? The question is that you have to complete all your courses across all the 5 stages and complete all the tag along courses, participate in both premier and capstone presentations, and score a minimum of 60% and attend all the webinars. Then you will be certified. So again, the question would be in your mind, like, what are the benefits? Obviously. So the first point is you would be getting an access of global network of analysts, data science or machine learning experts. You would be working on real life projects. And obviously, you would be getting a membership of Hemor exclusive job market. So once you guys would be, after this onboarding webinar, you would be giving the links to join the Slack community, where we will be a separate channel for jobs. You would be giving the opportunities to know about those jobs also, and also the Hemor fellowship. So how do we communicate? So as we will know, like there is our YouTube channel, and also there's a Hemor web app on the website. And the primary connectivity issue, the communication channel would be Slack and Zoom, and obviously via email. So these will be all the tools that you would be using, and the communication channels like Kubernetes, Jupyter Lab, NumPy, the TensorFlow, Keras. You would be most of you guys would be working on the collab notebooks, and obviously the version control, GitHub. You would be using that a lot. And for the connectivity channel, our primary focus is on Slack, but you can also connect to it via emails, and we would be having the webinars via Zoom and also the YouTube. So basically, each webinar that is conducted on the Zoom is being basically live streamed on the YouTube, so that you don't have to worry about if you skip some points. You can always go back to the YouTube channel and play the video again. So for again, like if you have got any questions, you have to write it to slido.sli.do, and the event code is 6217461. I repeat it for you, 6217461. So the point is, how do I accept and enroll for stage A? You don't have to worry about it. You would be getting the link for the stage A via the mail. So the next question is, how do I take a quiz? Like, I seem to find a clickable link. So once you complete all your lessons, then after that, below those lessons, there would be a link to the quiz, and you can solve it within a time frame. So again, how do we stay connected? We also have a Medium channel where we post the webinar, all the details, like how to all your FAQs are also being handled in your handbook, which would be given to you. Like this would be we would be giving you a Medium link which contains the handbook, which would be taking care of all your questions, like FAQs, I would say. We also have an Instagram account. If you want to go there, yeah, you can follow us, obviously. And if you have got any questions, we would be happy to answer you there as well. We have got our LinkedIn account as well. And also we are also on Twitter and also on Facebook. And if you got any sort of question in your mind, whenever in terms of at any point of time in your internship, you can just write it to help@hemoi.io. We are very happy to help you. Yeah. So thank you. So Anyane, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Again, I must welcome you to this Hemor Data Science Internship Fall 2022 cohort. A big shout out to all our interns who have made it through the application process and now a part of this program. My name is Ayeni Rudolph and I'm a data engineer at Hemor AI Labs. I'm joining you from Akwa Ibom, Nigeria, and I'll be taking your questions in this session. I won't be doing this alone. I'll be doing this alongside Christian Ajulo, who is a data scientist and assistant program coordinator at Hemor. Hello, Christian.
Hi, Enen. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, so the first question we have here is this internship completely free, or are there any kind of hidden charges?
Okay, the internship from the onset, it's completely free. You're not to pay anything. It's a free internship and it runs for 4 months. There's no hidden charges. What you just need is your time and your attention to details. So try and finish through the courses. So there's no hidden charges whatsoever. It's completely free. It's a free program.
Okay, so I hope that answers your question. And the next question I have here is, how many days does a stage last? So a stage typically lasts for 2 weeks. Yeah, so all the stages that you'll be partaking in last for 2 weeks each. So yeah, that's it. And the next question here is it compulsory to have basic knowledge on Python? And also, are we going to be making use of a PC? Christian, do you want to take that?
Okay, yeah. It's necessary you have a knowledge of Python. That's why before stage A commences, we already told you how to register. That's enroll for the course, Introduction to Python with Anaconda and Colab. So you should have a basic knowledge, even if you're a beginner, and just a starting knowledge of Python, because you're working more with Python. And also it's necessary you have a PC, because it won't be good for you using your phone. Although there are some apps you can use, you can do research on that, but for your convenience, it is necessary you use a PC. You cannot put through successfully if you are not on your PC. So that's it.
Okay, so moving on to the next question here. Question is the internship held every Wednesday?
Okay.
Okay,
So
yes, Christian, go ahead.
Let me answer that. It's not held every Wednesday. Like we said, the internship runs for 4 months. Yeah. It will be going throughout the 4 months. Each stage, we have 5 stages, including the capstone project, which is the 6th stage. Each stage lasts for 2 weeks. So it runs concurrently. It's not that it's Wednesday, then the next week. It runs throughout the whole 4 months. And each stage lasts for 2 weeks for you to study. And also at the end of the day, you attend the quiz and make your submissions of any other deliverables within the 2 weeks. No extensions. So that's the answer to that.
Okay, thank you. If you feel at any point your question has not been answered, please feel free to drop a follow-up question either in the comment section on Zoom, on YouTube, or Slido. Would we only be required to attend the sessions of the program track we select?
Okay, I will answer that. If you've selected the track, yes, you are only allowed to complete the courses for that track. But sometimes we do hold live sessions, that's live coding sessions. Everybody's invited. If, for example, I'm holding a live session for data science track, and you are probably in the DevOps or data storytelling, you can join us for that session. But in the course on the platform, you are only to do the courses for your track. You cannot switch track after you've selected the track and after the deadline for selecting of tracks is over. So you are only to do the courses for your particular track. Then if you're having live coding sessions on YouTube or Zoom, you are free to welcome if it's not on your track. There's that answer that question.
Okay, thank you, Christian. Another question here says, is it mandatory to do the introduction to Python and version control before classes if you're a beginner? Okay. It's not mandatory, but it's recommended, right? So if you're a beginner, those courses will help to set you up. They'll give you like a chance to explore what you're going to be doing in the rest of the stages. So it is highly recommended. It's not mandatory. It doesn't add up to your final grades, but it is very highly recommended that you familiarize yourself with Python and with version control using the courses if you are a beginner. But if you're not a beginner, feel free to skip them, but then there's no harm in having a refresher. Okay, so the next question. According to the curriculum, there's no slot to learn database management with SQL. Is it necessary for a data scientist? I'm not sure what the question is, if it is necessary for a data scientist or if there is no provision to, actually there's no provision to learn database management with SQL.
Okay, I think.
Yeah, go ahead, Christian.
Yeah. You've already answered it. Yeah, I understand this question. The curriculum, there's no course for you learning database management. It's not among the curriculum. So that's the answer to the question.
Yeah. Okay. Is the internship free of cost? Yes, we have already answered this. It is free. There is no hidden cost whatsoever. Any possibility of retaking the prerequisite quiz? I was told I would be able to retake after 24 hours, but unfortunately I cannot. Christian, please, can you answer that?
Okay, the prerequisite courses, yeah, the quiz, they are not mandatory because it doesn't count towards your final grades. So you don't have to make the quiz that important because you can still go through the courses. Yeah, the quiz score does not count to your full grade. That's why it's prerequisite. And definitely after you take the quiz, you can take it 24 hours later. I don't know why you should be able to do that. But when you start the stage A proper, you can only take the quiz once. There's no redoing, there's no retake. So that's that to that question.
Okay, so for this person that has not been able to retake the quiz, so if you try again and you still haven't been able to retake it, like he has confirmed, you should be able to retake it after 24 hours. But if you have still not been able to, please reach out to us via mail. You can always follow up with your questions by sending us a mail or sending us a message on Slack. Then after completing, this is the next question, after completing the internship, is there any placement support? Because this internship is around 4 months, so it will end in the February month. So the question is there any placement support?
Okay, let me answer that. For the Hemor AI fellows, yeah, once you pass all the criteria for you to be recognized and get the certificate of being a Hemor AI fellow, there are benefits attached to that, yes. And if you go through your handbook, you've listed out these benefits. You'll be added to the Hemor AI fellows. You get hands-on news about probably any job placement or whatever. So always go through your handbook to answer this particular question before. And also, in some cohorts, we recognize the top interns in each cohort for interviews to if there's available place in Hemor AI labs. So, but for you, the benefits of you completing the internship and being a Hemor AI fellows, there are lots of benefits attached. Go through the handbook provided, you'll see all the benefits listed there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Christian. The next question says, can someone who doesn't have experience with machine learning be able to excel in the data science track? Okay, let me answer that. I think every expert started out not knowing, right? So yes, there is a chance for you to go from not knowing to knowing, and that is why we have provided this internship. with the 2 weeks, you should be able to use the materials and resources provided to you to learn all that you need to do. You're also encouraged to reach out to your colleagues that have a better grasp of what you're doing, so that if you have questions, you can equally reach out to them. You can equally reach out to the coordinators on our Slack channels for help. And you're encouraged to basically do as much as you can to ensure that you have learned the material probably very well. So if that means watching some YouTube videos or looking out for extra resources, you're encouraged to do that as well. So yeah, it is very okay for someone who doesn't have experience with machine learning to take up this internship, and there is room for you to excel as long as you put in the work. Okay, so what is the possibility of getting permanent employment after the internship, and what does Hemor AI ensure to help interns? I think we might have answered this question already, right, Christian?
Yes, we've answered your previous question. Yeah.
Okay, so can you please share with us the document the host is displaying in the presentation? Okay, we will do that.
Okay, I would answer that what is displayed in his presentation, most of them are already in the handbook. So always the handbook is your guide. You can go through the handbook. It contains more information you need. So always refer back to the handbook provided to you. More information are already there.
Okay, please, can you make it known how they can access the handbook? Because someone is asking how can we access the handbook?
The handbook, it was already shared to them in the first mail they got, and also on Slack channel, the announcement channel. You should check the announcement channel. The link to the handbook is there, and also in the mail they received. They should run through the mail. The link is there, it's boldly written there. So if they missed it, it's already in the first mail they received, and also on Slack channel, the announcement channel. The link to the handbook is already there. Just take a look.
Okay, thank you. So Nabilat Yakub is asking, please, can one change course?
After confirmation of track, yeah, and after the deadline, you cannot go back and change the course. So that's why I'm telling you, no rush. You can still fill the form, selecting your track. You know the track you want to do your research. You know the particular track, if it's data science, data engineering, data storytelling, or DevOps. So until the deadline, after the deadline, you cannot change the track after the deadline. Select the track.
Okay, thank you. Another question we have here is, how do we access the recording to watch later? So this we have a YouTube channel, right? Hemor AI. So just go on YouTube and look out for us, search Hemor AI, and then you find all of our videos, all the Zoom sessions that we'll be having will be recorded, and you have it available on YouTube. So you can always go back to watch later. Is there any type of financial support? Ugona Nwokedike is asking.
Okay, let me answer that. In each stage, we do recognize the top interns with some cash prize. So those are the ones that we need to offset any form of due to data you spent and all. But it's Hemor AI don't pay the interns. No financial support is given to each interns. But in each particular stage, the top interns are recognized. So that's the answer to that. But we don't offer any form of financial payment during the internship. The internship is free. You're not paying. Hemor AI does not pay for interns.
Okay, thank you, Christian. Another question here says, why are the quizzes having one attempt? That's really just the way that this internship has been designed. You are expected to attempt the quizzes only once. So the best thing to do is just to prepare yourself very well and make sure you are absolutely ready to take the quizzes before you take them. Okay, the next question from Augustine Gideon is, for the DevOps course, I saw the cloud service to be Microsoft Azure. Why Microsoft Azure and not AWS?
Okay, to answer that question, yeah. And once you start the course, you will have the option of using AWS also. but it's basically on Microsoft Azure. Why this is because on AWS, I know they offer sometimes they give you some free credits, but sometimes it will incur costs. So they chose Microsoft Azure for that particular course in DevOps, so as not to incur some extra costs. So, but when you start the course proper, you get to understand more if you want to use AWS or the Azure. Like that.
Okay, thank you. We're just going to take 2 more questions. Any other questions you have, please feel free to reach out to us on Slack because of time. So we're just going to take 2 more, possibly 3 more questions. Okay, so when is the deadline for selecting a track? Say I already select before I can reselect again before the deadline.
Okay, the deadline for selecting the track will be announced on the Slack channel. You'll get to know when you stop selecting your tracks. It will be communicated to you on the Slack channel. So always log in on the Slack channel and keep an eye on the announcements channel in Slack. Every information you need to be passed on to you. So Slack is our primary place for communicating with interns. So always try and log in every day to get the necessary info you need.
Okay, so the next question is, will the lectures be live or will the videos for the lectures be recorded?
Okay, to answer that, on the platform, the materials are text materials, they are not videos. But we do hold live coding sessions. The live coding sessions will be recorded and it's always available on our YouTube channel. But in the platform, the materials are text materials. We don't have classes like everyday classes. It's just in the particular stage, we do have live coding sessions. Never will have that, the information will pass for them on that.
Okay, thank you, Christian. And then the final question we'll be taking for today is, how are we going to be grouped and how many are we going to be in each group? I believe they're referring to the project groups, the Premier project and the capstone. Yes. Okay,
for the Premier project, in the groupings, when we get to that stage, you will know better, but in the groupings, each track will be split evenly in a particular group. So when we get to that stage, you understand better. Each particular interns in all 4 tracks will be split equally in separate groups. So that's for the Premier project. So when we get to that particular stage, you know better. The information will be passed on Slack. So that's that.
Okay, thank you very much, Christian. So for the rest of your questions, like we have been saying, please feel free to reach out to us on Slack and your questions will be answered. At this point, would like to say a very big thank you to all our interns for joining us. We officially welcome you to the Hemor Data Science Internship for 2022 cohort. We are very, very glad to have you. And to the Hemor team, actively working behind the scenes to ensure our internships run smoothly. We say a very big thank you to you. From all of us at Hemor, we wish you an amazing and rewarding 4 months of learning and collaboration. The stage A is going to be starting on Wednesday, the 9th. So please keep an eye on your mail for mails from us and for messages that we will drop on Slack. Wishing you the very best 4 months. We hope that you have an amazing experience and we hope you come out more knowledgeable and better equipped to work in the field of data science. Thank you and goodbye. Have a